checking out this key organizer here. Uh, Looks really nice. First thing I noticed is it comes with a thank you card. Ask how much you like it. We'll get that out of there. It's got their website on there as well. Here we have the instructions, it looks like. Seems to be pretty simple, about 4 steps. Some accessories that come with it. This is obviously so that you can clip it to your belt buckle or whatever, your belt loop rather. And there is the actual key holder. It has a bottle opener already in it. So here we see everything. I'm going to read the instructions and see how it goes together. This appears to be the thing that you clip the this to. And there's the bottle opener. This is a micro SD opener. Some of the newer phones have a little thing you have to poke and it pops out. That way, you don't lose stuff from it accidentally opening. So that's a nice little extra. To get it off, you just take these little screws off here, and then the top panel or the bottom panel, however you want to look at it, comes off. We'll get that off of there really quick. And you see these little black spacers. Those are so that you have a nice tight fit, so that your keys aren't waving around when you're carrying it and falling open and all that. Gives it nice and tight once you tighten up those screws. So you can see this one already has some over top of it. Something else can go next to it now. I'll take those ones off except for this one. And that's, those are the posts. You can see those little metal things to the left there. Those actually screw on to extend the posts, and each one you can screw new posts into. So we'll put this key here, and then a spacer. And then we'll go with the SD card opener. And then another spacer. And then we'll grab another key here. Let me get this off the loop. And there we go. So, we'll put this key over here with a spacer. Always put a spacer in between. And now I'm screwing on one of the posts. Grab another. And now I've extended how many keys I can put on there, the space allowed, basically. Make sure those are tight. Another spacer on the top. And we'll put the little belt clip on there. And you can see it's just a repetitive motion, you put the item on, then you put on a spacer. I'll go ahead and assemble it here in a second, all the way, and show you how it works. You want those tops of the posts to be flush to the outside of the holder, and then you screw these down. Mine is not flush right now. I'm just trying to get it put together so that you can see kind of what it would look like. But before I test it out, I'll make sure that it's put together the proper way. The reason you want it to be flush is so that everything's nice and tight. That way when you pull a key out, it takes a little resistance to come out, but if it's hanging off your belt loop or whatever, it doesn't just fall. The keys don't just fall out and poke you or whatever. Cut your shirt. So, you can see we got that, tighten that end up. Put another spacer on that end actually, and then this way. Oh, here's some extras too, by the way. There's 2 smaller ones. I've already used 2, by the way. You remember that. They just kind of screw in to each other. And then there's 2 larger ones right here. This would be ideal for landlords or people with a lot of properties. Keep all your keys in one spot. That way you can open the doors. You're not looking through rings of keys and everything. It's all contained right there in one. We'll get this back on now that I have some extra keys on there. A couple more maybe. Trying to make sure it's flush. Save some time here. That looks pretty flush, actually. So we'll put the screws on. If I can get them in there. There we go. Then you just want to tighten that up. I just use, it says you can use a coin to get it nice and tight. I'm just doing it by hand right now because of the fact that you want to, you know, this is just for a video. Really quick, trying to show you how this thing works. It's really cool, actually. I'm glad that I found it because we do have, like I said, a lot of loose keys laying around. And even if I don't know where they all go, at least I know where they all are, rather than being in random drawers and everything. Just in case, you never know when you run into something that's going to need a key and then you don't know where it's at. And then you're digging through drawers and some of them were hanging on a thing on the wall. Now they're all going to be contained in this. There we go. Takes a little bit of effort to push them in. It's not super hard to do. Let me tighten them up one last time just to be sure. And there you see it. And then you can just use this itself to actually turn the key if you want to. I'll show you in a minute. And there you can see it's nice and flush. The keys move out and in relatively easily. They're not so loose that they're just going to fly out. I'm going to go outside and test it real quick. You can see there's still room for more keys, by the way. And I haven't even put all the spacers in. So, that's what it looks like. You can see the logo on there. I've got this on backwards, but I'll fix that in a second. So, here you can see this is the garage key sticking out here. And you can just push it right in like you would with the key normally. There's a little more to grip onto though. And there you have it. And then when you're done, you just put it back away. So it's really that simple.